Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
Excellent. I mean, we just had the CEO of PCA Skin, which is just mind-boggling with all the things they're doing with skincare and rolling out to so many physicians. So make sure you check them out, PCA Skincare. Later on in the show, we're going to have Deborah Dupree with Your Clear Edge, upping yours with the secret of upping your performance. And she works with so many professionals, including many professional athletes. And thank you for the feedback that we continue to get from having the president of the Phoenix Suns on, and also Mark Blount, who played for the Miami Heat, who now has actually got a franchise of Cinnabon, which we also had the CEO of Cinnabon on. Well, let's get started with our next hero, though. He is the CEO and managing partner of Fiamma Partners. That's a $235 million residential and mixed-use real estate investment fund in the U.S. Frank Zaccanelli, who could be reached at Zaccanelli.com. Let me spell that out, FrankZaccanelli.com. Now, Frank, you got your start working for a famous NFL player's real estate firm. Take us back to those days, what it was like, and what happened next in your career.
Well, it all started out with my kind of basketball career. I played basketball in college at a place called Potsdam State University, which is up in upstate New York. And when I got out of school, I moved to Texas and continued to really concentrate on staying in shape by playing pickup basketball. And one of the first pickup games in Dallas when I got here, I looked across the court and there was Roger Staubach, the great quarterback from the Dallas Cowboys. And so I met Roger, really through the pickup basketball world. He played a lot of basketball in the off season, especially to stay in shape. And so we became very well acquainted through that process and then became friends. And then ultimately he did everything that he could and convinced me to go get my real estate license and join his company in its infant stages back in 1982.
Wow. Now, you also, too, went to work for Ross Perot?
Yes, I spent almost 20 years with the Perot family. Ross Perot, obviously, very famous businessman in the country, obviously very, very prominent here in Dallas. And through Roger, I met Ross Perot, and I started doing some work for him on the real estate advisory side. And then one thing led to another, and when his son got out of college, they offered me a job to come start a company called the Perot Group. And the Perot Group was a multifaceted investment company that concentrated mostly on real estate, but other things. And during that tenure there, we ran for president twice, in 1992 and 1996. And then in 1996, we ended up buying the Dallas Mavericks from the original owner of the team, and operated and basically did everything that we needed to do with that franchise. So it was really an exciting time, and we had a lot of really exciting opportunities.
So you became the CEO, right, of the Dallas Mavericks?
Well, I became kind of the managing partner, a co-owner, and the president and general manager.
Nice. Excellent. And then let's see here. And then this all led to, now, how did you get all involved with Fiamma Partners?
Well, since 2000, when I left the Perot family, I've been operating a series of companies that I own and operate in the investment world. And ultimately, I've been in a situation where I've had, good success at being able to run my own businesses. So really from 2000, I've had a series of companies, and Fiamma Partners is the operating company now that I am using to do the things that I'm doing in the real estate and in the investment side of things in Dallas. So, Fiamma is in a list of companies for the last, 17 years the latest that ultimately I own and operate.
You're listening to Eliances Heroes with me, David Kogan. Be a hero. Go to where entrepreneurs align. Be part of the community at Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com. And we're speaking with Frank Zaccanelli, who could be reached at frankzaccanelli.com. Of course, we'll also have the link and the interview on our website at Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com. He is the CEO and managing partner for Fiamma Partners. Now, so what's your sweet spot? Who do you target to have as investors?
Well, it depends really on the investment opportunity. I think all of the opportunities are a little bit different. On the real estate side, we actually went to China and raised a bunch of capital because the Chinese are very aggressive and really want to invest in the United States. And so this last round has been done with the Chinese. But it really depends on the investment. It depends on what type of investment it is. It depends on the industry that you're investing in. And so, ultimately you have banks and you have investment funds, and then you have some foreign capital. So it would just depend really on what the investment was.
Now, you're also, right, a regular commentator on Fox, CNBC, Business Insider, and many others, right?
Yeah, we just did a big segment on CNN with Don Lemon that you can probably get off the CNN website. And the real topic was about what's going on now in the NFL and some of the protests and other things. So, yeah, we just finished that one a few days ago. But yeah, I'm really moving into, the broadcasting side, if you will, as a major part of what I'm going to be doing, kind of on a go forward basis. So yeah, that's really something that's taken up some of my time.
And you've also talked a lot about, I know I've seen some interviews on employment management, immigration, of course, real estate. But how do you see, as far as with really what's been going on during the past few years with just the workforce and how things have changed in that aspect?
Well, forgetting about where everyone who's listening to this sits ideologically, Donald Trump is a guy whose platform really consists of buy America, hire America, America first. I don't think that that's necessarily a bad policy. I think ultimately you're in a situation with that policy where you're going to put a lot of focus on the American worker. You're going to put a lot of focus on bringing jobs back to the United States that presently have left. And I think it's a solid concept in order to grow the economy. When you really look at the marketplace right now, the economy in the United States is very good. No question about it. And the stock market is at an all-time high. Other than this jobs report that we had that was drastically skewed this last couple of weeks, it was drastically skewed by the natural disasters with the hurricanes. But I think the job growth in the country has been very, very good. So I think that the policy of America first, hire America, hire Americans, all of that, I think it's a solid policy. There has to be some supplement to the American workforce because, quite frankly, there are just certain jobs, especially in the high-tech sector, that American workers just can't fill. And so that's the visa program that has been instituted that ultimately brings foreign workers in for jobs that Americans can't fill. But I would suggest to you that the economy is very, very good. The jobs numbers, other than this last report that was again skewed by the hurricanes, is very, very good. So I assume and am betting that the next 12 to 24 months are going to be pretty good.
Excellent. Well, that's good to hear. And Frank, you've been very successful in your career. Clearly, you've done a tremendous amount of things in what you're doing now. If you were to give a talk to children about being successful, though, what are maybe two of the secrets that you would share, that you would want to share with them to walk away with?
Well, I would say that I could really tell her that to people coming out of college, right? I talk to a lot of young people that have gotten through with their college career and are now trying to move into the job market. I would say there are 3 or 4 things that I believe to be very, very important. Number one, you have to learn every day. Get in a situation where you can continue to grow and learn. learning never stops. I learn something every day. So learning never stops. So get into a situation where you can really learn every day. The second thing that I would say is don't worry in the first period of your career about money. Money will take care of itself. A lot of people set financial goals that are unrealistic, especially when they're getting started out, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. It really puts a lot of pressure on them to cut corners. So money will take care of itself. Really get into a situation where you can grow and learn. The next thing I would tell them is one of the big pitfalls to young business people when they take their first job is punctuality. You have to be punctual. And the situation with that really is, I've hired, a lot of young people, and the ones that are not punctual, a lot of times don't make it. So always be punctual. They laugh, Lombardi time was 10 minutes ahead. That was Ross Perot time.
Right.
If he called the meeting at 10 o'clock, you better be sitting there by 10 up. So always be punctual. And then I would say just really the last thing is that do what you love. If you're in a situation where you don't really like what you're doing, you're probably not going to be very good at it. People that love what they do and work hard at what they do ultimately become very successful.
Well, Frank, you do what you love, for sure. You're clearly a master of strategy, building teams. You're a hero, Frank Zaccanelli. You can reach him at Zaccanelli.com. And thank you to our sponsor, McMurdy Law, trusted advocates for your peace of mind in family and divorce law, McMurdyLaw.com. And when we return, we're going to have Deborah Dubree with YourClearEdge.com.